Welcome to a blustery Memorial Stadium here in Champaign, Illinois, as we get set for a Big Ten matchup between number 24 Michigan and Illinois. These two teams combined for 132 points last year, 67-65. Michigan won in triple overtime. And hello to everybody, Justin Kutcher alongside Craig James. And Craig, it has already been a wild day in Big Ten play. Who knows what we have in store for today? What we do know is this: these two teams feature two of the top dual-threat quarterbacks in all of college football. We'll start with Denard Robinson.
And we do know that the defensive coordinators hope that they don't have a repeat of last year. That's for certain. I'm looking to see if Michigan can recover from a very disheartening loss to Iowa, and it has to start early. Of course, they have one of the more electrifying players in the country in Denard Robinson. Denard Robinson's feet. He's got to be decisive. Today, I want to see Denard get back to being the Denard Robinson he was early in the season, where he puts his foot in the ground, makes a decision, uses his speed, gets athletic, and picks his football team up. Denard Robinson's a guy capable of carrying his football team. They've got a good defense at Michigan, but it's Denard Robinson who has to electrify his ball club.
Illinois began the season at 6-0. They've lost 3 in a row. Their quarterback, Nathan Shieldhouse, his head coach, Ron Zook, said, you know what? He just hasn't played free and easy. He has to get back to playing free and easy.
I think what's telling is the coaching staff, they stopped him in the hallway this week and said, hey, it's up to you. You've got to out-duel Denard Robinson, plain and simple. Nathan Shieldhouse, another guy, very capable, an explosive, electrifying player. Does it with his legs. He's also accurate with the football. This football team wants to prove that it's like the 6-0 ball club that started the season, not like the team over the last 3 weeks who's experienced a skid. We'll see if they can pick it up early in the ball game.
We're just moments away from kickoff here between Michigan and Illinois. A game Ron Zook told us yesterday both teams have got to win, and his players know it.
You did your preparation during the week, so you did all the things during the week. Now you just go let it loose and let it rip.
It starts today with Michigan, and we're looking forward to going out and compete.
Nobody protects you.
Robinson, and his pass is caught inside the 10. Runs, he breaks a tackle, and Iowa finally gets to him at the 2. Back in the end zone, caught! Now they say incomplete, out of bounds. Throws end zone, and it is incomplete. Robinson, end zone, broken up. Iowa wins.
That was last week for Michigan, and there is their head coach, Brady Hoke, in his first year coming over from San Diego State, and he has done a fantastic job with this team.
Yeah, I think he's really done a remarkable job of connecting with his football team and the players. That was his first mission when he came in as the new head coach here at Michigan. I'm a big fan of Brady Hoke. I've always been. I think he's a good X and O guy, and just as important, a good leader for his locker room.
And the head coach for the Illini, Ron Zook. Ron Zook, who of course was the head coach at Florida before coming over to here. 7th season as the head coach. This team is bowl eligible in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 88 to 92. We told you it was a blustery day here in Champaign, Illinois. We weren't lying. Right now, winds at 22 miles per hour, expecting gusts up to 30, so it's 59. But Craig, you're a weatherman, right? You can factor in the wind chill, right?
Well, I usually go by the way my body feels. I just switched out jackets. I went a little bit warmer. The breeze is having an impact on me up here.
Well, Illinois won the toss. They deferred, so Michigan will get the ball to start off this ball game. Nathan Shieldhouse, Denard Robinson, the 2 stars. As you mentioned in the open, we heard Nathan Shieldhouse, his coach told him, hey, whoever plays better, that team's going to win. It's between those 2 guys.
A lot of pressure that you put on the young man. Of course, when you're a quarterback and in big-time college football, you understand that's the pressure that he'd like to have on his plate for the afternoon.
Derek Dimke will kick off for Illinois, kicking with the wind behind his back. Martavius Odoms and Kelvin Grady are back deep. Jeremy Gallen for Michigan. Odoms in the end zone. He'll take a knee. And Michigan will start at the 20. Denard Robinson, a guy who is so electric. You look at his numbers for the season, but his last 3 games, he's been struggling. Just 35 of 75 throwing, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and his running game has been kept in check.
Yeah, you know, and that's why I say when I'm studying the film and watching their games, it doesn't appear to be the decisive offense in Denard Robinson. I'm looking for them to be offensive.
Fitz Toussaint in the backfield. On first down, the handoff is to Toussaint up the middle, not going anywhere. Let's take a look at today's Impact Players, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, we're going to go with Fitz Toussaint in the backfield. He's really picked it up. 2 weeks ago, had 170 yards on the ground. Junior Hemingway on the outside, the receiver. He's an electrifying receiver. 8 of his 25 catches have been for 20-plus. Hemingway's a good player, but he has had some dropsies as of late. And then on the other side, Whitney Merciless. Man, you talk about a guy that can get to the quarterback, leads the country in sacks with 11 and a half.
Second down and 10. Toussaint gets through. Toussaint has some running room. Fitz Toussaint at the 25, and he gets taken down at the 15-yard line. Shupo Sani and Tavon Wilson finally drag him down after a pickup of 65 yards.
All right, this is just zone blocking. It's nothing special about it. And Illinois' linebackers get lost in the shuffle inside. A nice job of Toussaint hitting the hole. This is why Toussaint's been given the ball. He's become a lot more electrifying in the big plays that he brings, running extremely hard. Big boost for this offense.
First and 10 from the 15. It's Toussaint again. Why not? Cuts it back. Toussaint down at the 8.
Now this defense at Illinois is good. Number 2 statistically in the Big Ten. It's a defense that has really played extremely well over the last several weeks. They just haven't had any offenses. They've allowed just 48 points in those 3 losses. So if they'd have had any offensive production, it'd be a different story for Illinois.
There's a defensive coordinator for this Illinois team. Vic Conant. Now in is Vincent Smith in the backfield. It's Denard Robinson on his first run. Robinson to the end zone. Touchdown. 9-yard touchdown run for Robinson.
Yeah, I tell you, Ron Zook, you know, he knows that going against Denard Robinson, that his defense is going to have to play extremely well today. We'll draw it up for you here in just a minute and show you just how hard it is to defend against a diversified Michigan offense.
Brendan Gibbons now on for the extra point. A good start to this one for the Wolverines. 4 plays, 80 yards, the big 65-yard run by Fitz Toussaint. And Denard Robinson caps it off with a 9-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I think this here, now I want to show you what's happening with the linebackers at Illinois. They've got to find a way to get to the quarterback. Up top here, you're going to see the ball carrier come in and block, almost like a design quarterback run. Not a lot of reading there. It's a quarterback draw, and you've got to have safety support against Denard Robinson. That's that +1 that you hear defensive coordinators talk about all the time. It's a nightmare because the quarterback is the tailback, and that's an extra blocker back there that's helping out. So, you know, it's going to be a game where obviously Michigan's offense has overcome that heartbreaking loss to Iowa. They've showed up. Now we got to see if Illinois and Mr. Schillhouse can do the same.
You see that graphic right there. This is no different here for Michigan. Scoring a touchdown their opening drive, 6 of their last 7 games, leading 7-0. But the big news on that drive really is Fitz Toussaint, the fact that he is now a featured back in this offense. They have a featured back in the offense. That name is not Denard Robinson.
They like that change.
This ball bounces into the end zone. And now Illinois will start at the 20.
Nathan Schillhouse is a guy that over time has really picked up the pace. The thing that surprises you when you follow him and study him, he's completed 64% of his passes. My initial blush before I started watching their game tapes was he just a runner. But the guy can throw the football, and he's got some really good players around him, in particular number 8, A.J. Jenkins.
Just moving the ball over the other hash mark. Jason Ford and Jay Prost. And we've got a flag false start here against Illinois.
False start. Offense number 15. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Let's take a look at today's impact players, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
I just mentioned to you A.J. Jenkins, number 8. He's a terrific receiver. He has 4 scores of 50-plus this season. He's dynamite. Jason Ford in the backfield. He's got to run hard. He has to match what Fitz Toussaint just did on the other side. And then Mike Martin for Michigan. That man's going to be in the backfield several times today.
1st and 15. Play action. Shieldhouse. He will run it. And Shieldhouse able to break away from one tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and maybe picks up a yard.
One of the things we're going to watch in this ball game is the decision-making of Shieldhouse when he drops back to throw the football. That time it was one read and he took off. And that might be the knock on this quarterback. It's one run. He needs to be 1-2, then run.
2nd down and 14. Shieldhouse, the quick pass, incomplete, looking for A.J. Jenkins. J.T. Floyd on the coverage. Able to knock that one away.
And you know what? As a receiver going against this Michigan defense, if you do get your quarterback looking to the second options, that means everyone's got to work to come back and get to the ball. A.J. Jenkins, 50% of the passes completed by Shieldhouse are going to number 8.
We now welcome those of you who are just watching Nebraska play Penn State. Justin Kutcher alongside Craig James here in Champaign. Michigan leads 7-0. Shieldhouse forced out of the pocket, in some trouble, tries to get rid of it, just throws it away. A quick 3-and-out forced here by Michigan on defense. Mike Martin applying the pressure.
Mike Martin's been doing this his entire career. And I said that Shieldhouse needs to go to his second and third options. When Mike Martin's in your face, it's going to be hard to do. It's a good start by this Michigan defense.
Justin Duvernois to punt. Jeremy Gallant back deep for Michigan. Gallant takes it at the 36. Up to the 47-yard line. A 48-yard punt, 11-yard return. Michigan off to a good start here in the first quarter. A touchdown on their first drive, a 3-and-out, their first stop defensively.
Football in high definition is presented by Vizio.
A big day in the Big Ten here today. Obviously, Penn State and the emotional game against Nebraska falls to the Cornhuskers. And how about who would have had Purdue defeating Ohio State in that wild game?
Oh, yeah, I knew that was coming. No, and I tell you what, I also thought that Iowa would battle better with Michigan State today than they've been able to do.
Michigan with the ball at their own 47-yard line. On first down, the handoff to Toussaint again. And Toussaint takes it up to the 46, a 7-yard pickup as Steve Hull, number 5, makes the tackle for Illinois.
Critical time in this game already for Illinois. You can feel right now Michigan's offense has hit the opponent in the mouth, and they're on their heels a little bit, and they're watching and observing. They're not coming forward. Illinois secondary's got to come up and make a statement. They've got to have better run support from their safeties.
2nd down and 3. Robinson keeps it. Gets forward to the 45-yard line. Tavon Wilson with the tackle.
So important that the backside pursuit from Illinois' defense today do exactly what they did. Collapse to the hole. You can't allow Denard Robinson to get going because you don't have anyone in that secondary capable of catching the guy.
3rd and 2 coming up. We welcome those of you who just joined us from the West Virginia-Cincinnati ball game. 7-0 Michigan leading Illinois, facing a 3rd and 2 on their second drive of the game.
And Illinois really good on 3rd down, allowing only 31% converted.
Toussaint goes in motion. Denard Robinson, quarterback draw up the middle. Robinson being dragged forward by his lineman. He's going to come up short. Akeem Spence and Whitney Merciless combine for the tackle.
I think this is an outstanding job of Merciless and his guys getting to Denard Robinson in a hurry. Watch how fast 85 comes off the ball. This is speed. I mean, Merciless, that's why he leads the country in sacks. And then the other, his teammates getting to him to help him out on the tackle and hopefully force a punt for them.
Will Hogrup to punt. Ryan Langford back deep, standing in his own 10 for Illinois. Langford, fair catch, lets it bounce, and it takes a Michigan bounce. That'll be marked out at the 14-yard line of Illinois. Illinois was 3 and out on their first drive, trying to improve on the second, trailing 7-0 here in the first.
ESPN's College Football on ABC, brought to you by K Jewelers, the #1 jewelry store in America. Every kiss begins with K. And Chevrolet, and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers.
A big volleyball match last night here in Champaign between number 7 Illinois and number 9 Penn State. They entered tied for second with Purdue in the Big Ten. Illinois swept Penn State, the 4-time defending national champions, 3-0. So a huge victory for the Illini women's volleyball team.
A lot of different looks that Michigan likes to give offenses, trying to confuse those offensive line and their blocking assignments.
On first down, Shieldhouse keeps it. Shieldhouse up to the 17. Justin Kutcher alongside Craig James. And Craig, this Illinois team, they've struggled the last 3 weeks offensively. So what do they have to do here in this game against Michigan?
A.J. Jenkins averages 114 yards a game. They've got to get the ball to number 8 on the outside, which means they're going to have to protect up front. Michigan's very aggressive. We've already seen Mike Martin and these guys, how they are going to push the pocket and force the quarterback out.
2nd down and 3. Shieldhouse, the pass complete to Jenkins. Jenkins trying to make the move to the outside, and he gets tackled, forced out of bounds by Jake Ryan.
Watch the cushion on the outside. This is pitch and catch and yards after catch. Look at that. That's 10, 12-yard cushion. That's money. And then the speed and the ability to run after the catch. That's why I was saying, A.J. Jenkins, you have to get the ball in the hands of your best players. It's Shieldhouse and it's Jenkins. And if they can't do that, Denard Robinson's going to eat them up.
3rd down and 1. The handoff to Ford. The defense for Michigan steps up and forces them backwards. Mike Martin, the first to make contact and stand up Jason Ford.
You know, this Michigan defense has improved so much this season. Watch the movement. Watch how the movement and then the penetration that comes in. They're up aggressive, and there's nowhere for the ball carrier to go. Michigan's defense this year, Greg Madison, their defensive coordinator, has taught them how to get lined up properly first and foremost, and then to play aggressive.
Duvern Law, it's a punt. Gallen lets it bounce. And Gallen has to cover up after deflecting it. Special teams tackle by Tavon Wilson. A 59-yard punt, -2 on the return.
Greg Madison, that defensive coordinator, he has his unit playing extremely well. They're only giving up 16 points a game. I love the way he coaches. He coaches with aggressive play calling, and the players on this football team have responded well.
It's Denard Robinson on his first run. Robinson to the end zone. Touchdown. Denard Robinson puts his team up on top by 7, but you look at what he's done the last 3 games, and it has been a struggle for him.
Yeah, that's worth pointing out, the struggles of the last 3 games. That's why I said I'm looking for him to be decisive. He started decisive today.
Fitz Toussaint in the backfield on 1st and 10. Robinson, play action. The quick pass. Complete to Gallant. Time now for the James game, thanks to our friends at EA Sports.
Yeah, you know what? Each week we try to pick out a theme to follow, an escape artist. If and when the Illini are able to get to Denard Robinson, they've got to make the play. The ability, though, for Robinson to extend with his legs to run and or to throw the ball, critical. Got to watch that to see if the Illini can somehow keep him hemmed inside.
After the 8-yard completion, 2nd down and 2 here for Michigan. Robinson, the design run, but nowhere to go. Good job by Illinois. The defense just containing him. Ian Thomas with the tackle.
This is part of what I was talking about being decisive. And I know that they're trying to design this to where it's a quarterback draw and a run. But when your quarterback is, they say 195, I think he's more in the 180 range. You can't run by arm tackles. Watch how the defense bottles him up. You see the 2 linebackers on the inside? They didn't try to run past him because he'll make you miss in a dance. They made him come and to them. And so it's a good job by Illinois' defense of keeping Denard Robinson in front of him.
A loss of 2, now 3rd and 4. Vincent Smith in the backfield. Good pass protection. Finds a man wide open. Junior Hemingway. And Hemingway has the 1st down. Up the 31-yard line. A pickup of 8. Akeem Spence brings him down.
Yeah, I like how they are able to free up Junior Hemingway. This is a creative formation that they set up with. He's out here on the right side, you see there? And he gets bunched in, and he's slow, delay. Make sure you come underneath, let the linebackers drop out of there. That's a high percentage throw for a guy like Denard Robinson.
1st and 10. Toussaint back in the game. Low snap. The handoff is to Toussaint. Toussaint cuts it back. And Fitz Toussaint's going to be marked down at the 40, about a yard shy. Steve Hall with the tackle.
All right, now here's one of the challenges of playing Michigan. Al Borges, the offensive coordinator, one of the best in the business. And he makes the defense defend sideline to sideline. You see all of this faking and the counters and the movements of bodies and everything. And that defense, once they get flat-footed and start using their eyes, they're not chasing like they should be.
Second down and 1. Hand off to Toussaint again, and Toussaint gets forward for the 1st down. Good block by John McColgan.
Well, they have been looking for a back at Michigan for quite a while now that they could just hand it to 20, 25 times a game. It's like I thought Mike Hart played here about 15 years, And Fitz Toussaint, he does have the size and the strength and the body to carry the ball 25 times a game and to make a difference.
Already 6 carries, 90 yards in this one. And off again to Toussaint. Toussaint gets hit in the backfield but fights forward, getting back to the line of scrimmage. Fitz Toussaint had that big game against Purdue on October 29th. 20 carries, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's kind of when they realized, you know what? He can carry it 20, 25 times.
Al Borges has been to a few dances. He knows if he sees something good, you stick with it.
Second down and 10 here for the Wolverines. 4 wide receivers in. It's the handoff. Huge hole for Toussaint. The 1st down and much more. Toussaint Up to the 32-yard line of Illinois. Steve Hull with a tackle, a 25-yard run. So he's had a 65-yard run and a 25-yard run, and he's over 100 yards here in the first quarter.
Yeah, now watch the center. Watch what happens here with your center. Look at the blocking, the pickup, the movement that took place inside by Illinois, and David Molt, the center, was able to find that linebacker, wasn't confused, pushed him right out of the way.
This Michigan team has had struggles running the ball on the road, not having struggles here running the ball today. Michael Shaw now in the backfield. It's the handoff to Shaw. And Shaw up to the 28-yard line. Michael Buchanan, number 99, with a tackle.
Well, it's the big question coming in here was, will Illinois get back to the confidence and the performance they had when they were 6-0, or will they continue the trend in the last 3 weeks? Vic Koenning, the defensive coordinator, Ron Zook, they know that they have a team capable of making the plays, but they've got to play a lot smarter. They're going to have to make some plays on offense. I mean, they've got to help their defense in this ballgame.
2 tight ends in on 2nd and 5. Denard Robinson keeps it, and Robinson pushes that pile. Let's see where they mark him. The ball comes loose, a flag comes out, and they say Illinois has recovered. Let's see what this flag is for.
There's no foul on the play. Ball recovered by Illinois. 1st and 10.
Well, Denard Robinson, I just told you, he's not a big guy. When you get to dancing in the secondary, Denard Robinson has to know when the journey is over, and he has to get to the ground. This football is hit. Let's see if it comes out there. Yeah, that's clearly a fumble, and a nice job of getting out and making a play. This defense had to pick up their offense.
First turnover of the game. Troy Pollard with his first carry of the game for Illinois.
Illinois' offensive line has to give their offensive players a chance. Now, this line, they've allowed 25 sacks. I don't like those numbers. I don't like the 24 tackles for loss and the 8 sacks they've allowed in the last 3 games. They're athletic, and I watch them, and the eye candy of their offensive line is there. I think the skill is there, but they've got to come off and push. They've got to match the intensity of Mike Martin and those other Michigan defensive.
2nd down and 10. Shieldhouse looking for the crossing route for A.J. Jenkins, incomplete.
When you look at the first 6 games and what they did offensively, I mean, it's just night and day. And I guess it's easy to say, yeah, when you're winning, things are good. When you're losing, they're not. The turnovers have been a problem, period. But they are not making the big plays. 32 big plays, 20-plus, and only 3 cents. And that's got to change. And in my mind, number 8, A.J. Jenkins, he's to the wide side, right side of the field. He's the guy in this formation. You got to give him the ball.
3rd and 10 after the fumble.
Look at his safety help in the middle of the field back here. He's the guy that's watching A.J. Jenkins, making sure he doesn't get the one-on-ones that they're looking for.
The handoff to Jason Ford. Ryan Van Bergen, Mike Martin combined for the tackle. Another 3-and-out forced by this Michigan defense. And the Boo Birds are already out here at Memorial Stadium for the Illini.
Well, and you know what? They're here. The question was, this team's lost 3 games in a row, and the crowd showed up. It's a beautiful day. They're wanting to see progress. The defense did their ball club a favor, and the offense goes 3-and-out.
Justin Duvernois to punt again. Gallen back deep, standing on his own 30. Takes it at the 28. Gallen has some room up the middle. Gallen across the 45, up to the 41-yard line, a 31-yard return. Austin Teitzma on the special teams tackle.
Yeah, this is nice blocking here by Michigan on the return game. But it looked like Illinois, as they came down, kind of bunched up on the right side and did not slow their progress down so that they could have an angle to even hit the punt return. Michigan football team's got speed. They're showing it this afternoon.
Great field position here from the 41 of Illinois. The handoff to Toussaint. And Toussaint up to the 36-yard line. Tavon Wilson with the tackle.
At this point in the afternoon, Illinois' second-ranked Big Ten defense is going to have to carry their ball club until they can figure out how to get the ball in the hands of A.J. Jenkins or for Schillhouse to break loose with his feet.
A 6-yard run on first down by Toussaint sets up second down and 4. Robinson up the middle. Denard Robinson dives forward up to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 10. Another first down here for Michigan.
Well, being a team on the road has not been great for Michigan. And when you look at the rushing in those road games, you know, they're already today at 149. So they came in with the mindset, we're going to change that. We're going to run the football.
And there's 50 seconds to go in the first quarter.
In other words, that's a good trend?
Yeah. Michael Shaw in on first down. The handoff to Shaw. And Shaw breaks a tackle. Shaw gets wrapped up by Steve Hall. Another tackle by the secondary for this Fighting Illini team.
Michigan's offensive line, they're really doing a heck of a job of turning their fannies to the hole. They're allowing the ball carrier to see a clear lane where to go. And between Toussaint and Shaw, they're getting it up in there.
And Michigan will not run another play here in the quarter. Brady Hoke in the Wolverines entered this game 7-2, 3-2 in Big Ten play. They have lost 2 of their last 3, but they got off to a good start here. They scored in their opening drive and marching down here when we start the second quarter. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. 7-0. Michigan leads Illinois as we get set to start the second quarter. And the ESPN networks bring you another evening of games with highly ranked teams. Tennessee at number 8 Arkansas, 6 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN2. Western Kentucky takes on number 1 LSU, 7 o'clock on ESPNU. Number 3 Alabama against Mississippi State. And of course the big one is number 7 Oregon at number 4 Stanford, 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight on ABC. Those 2 teams last year combined for more than 1,100 yards of offense.
I don't know if there are enough weapons around Andrew Luck to get it done this year. I like Luck's chances of playing well. He's not going to play bad, but I don't know if they've got enough explosive players on the field still healthy.
Second down and 3 coming up here for Michigan. Ball on the 18-yard line of Illinois. Toussaint in the backfield with his fullback, Hopkins. Handoff to Toussaint. Toussaint's got the first down. Still on his feet as he gets the 10-yard line. Pat Nixon-Yeoman with the tackle.
Okay. Denard Robinson's not going to beat you with his arms. These 2 safeties have got to come up and play the box tight and hard. This is a running football team. They can't play back that far. They've got to come up and support. This is a team that has to play. I'd play 10 guys around the line of scrimmage and dare Denard Robinson to beat me. Michigan
has only attempted 2 passes so far in this game. First and goal. Toussaint picks up a couple of yards there on first down. Justin Staples with the tackle.
Well, and we're being told now that Steve Hall and Sonny, the 2 safeties, have both gone to the locker room. So there's a little bit of hesitancy maybe with lack of experience out there in that secondary. At the end of the day, it's up to Vic Koenning now, the defensive coordinator. You got to put your guys in position to hover around that line of scrimmage to stop the running game, first and foremost.
Steve Hall has been the one bright spot so far in this defense for Illinois. 7 tackles, 1 forced fumble. Second and goal from the 8. Toussaint again. And Toussaint still going. And finally, Toussaint goes down at the 3-yard line.
Nice job by Kevin Koger. The tight end was set in a little wing slot there. Came around to start the rugby match. We don't have much rugby in Texas, but that was rugby. They couldn't stop Tucson.
3rd and goal now.
Well, this has not been a good situation for Michigan. Their memory has to be erased from last week's Iowa ball game.
They had 3 opportunities, couldn't get it done. It's Robinson again, easily into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown run of the game. David Molk again opens up that lane for Robinson.
And I was talking about earlier how this Michigan offensive line is just using their fannies to seal and to create the running lanes. I mean, Denard Robinson, he gives them the best chance to convert on 3rd down, 4th down in this red zone area down here. I like that a lot more than I do him trying to throw it.
Brendan Gibbons on for the extra point. And it's 14-0 Michigan leading Illinois.
But you know what? This Illinois football team has the potential to bring them back. I mean, Nathan Schillhouse is a talented player. He just got to get the ball to A.J. Jenkins.
14-0 here in the 2nd quarter. Let's go back to the studio and check in with Robert Flores.
All right, Justin, for the first time since December 1965, Penn State playing a football game without Joe Paterno as their head coach. They fell to Nebraska 17-14. Here is the game's final play. Afterwards, interim coach Tom Bradley on a tough week.
Well, it was unprecedented probably ever in the history of college sports what went on here. And we are, really, we grieve for the victims. We feel sad for the families, the children. I think they saw the student body today, the support that they had for the children and the victims that were all here today. And a lot of the things that went on today was all about them.
Justin, Craig, back to you.
Thanks so much, Robert. Back here in Champaign, Illinois. It's 14-0. Michigan leading. Back deep, it'll be Troy Pollard in the end zone, and he will take a knee. With what happened at Penn State, Craig, obviously thoughts and prayers with the victims of this scandal, the alleged victims. But as we move forward and talk about football, they did play football here today, and they lost against Nebraska. So where does this Penn State team go from here?
I think the football team has relief that they're able to play a football game. And last night I was exchanging text messages with Tom Bradley, and just told him he's a great man, and he's a good guy for that team and that university right now. But this is a difficult situation for the ball club, for the fans, for everyone involved in that Penn State situation. So I think they'll have relief in that they can now go play and focus on playing games.
Shieldhouse, the pass is complete to Jenkins. A 7-yard completion.
And this is the right thing for Illinois. They've got to go up tempo. They got to change what has not been working. Move it.
Jason Ford in the backfield. 2nd down and 3. And we've got a flag flying in. False start against Illinois.
False start. Offense number 12. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
It's Ryan Langford, one of the wide receivers. They finally get some positive yardage, then it's backed up 5 yards.
Yeah, you get a good 1st down play, and that's why you're on a 3-game skid.
Troy Pollard now in the backfield. Shieldhouse, the quick pass to Jenkins. And Jenkins gets the 1st down up to the 35-yard line. J.T. Floyd. A 14-yard completion to A.J. Jenkins.
Yeah, and Jenkins, watch how he drives off and keeps his Shoulder pads over his feet, drove off the corner, who had already given him a probably 10-yard cushion. I think that's smart. 14-0. The last thing you want to do is get beat deep.
That's the first down of the game for Illinois.
56% of their receiving yards this season by one player.
Jason Ford in motion. Shieldhouse, the pump fake. Looking for Jenkins down the sideline. Jenkins could not get by his defender, J.T. Floyd.
J.T. Floyd is a junior, and he's a smart guy. I just said the last thing you want to do is get beat, and this was a nice play call to test to see whether or not Floyd would maintain his responsibilities and his discipline and not bite on it.
2nd down and 10. Donovan Young now in the backfield for Illinois. It's Shieldhouse on the zone read keep. And Shieldhouse gets back to the line of scrimmage. On that last play, though, with Shieldhouse and Jenkins, is that maybe him basically pinpointing that one receiver too much? Because he was covered, even on the pump fake.
100% they were going to test to see if Floyd was going to bite on it. I mean, and there's nothing. That's the reason that nearly 60% of all the yards have gone to Jenkins. They are locked in on him. He's a good player, and he can make the plays.
3rd down and 10. Already 6 attempts to A.J. Jenkins in this game. Shieldhouse. The pass across the middle. It is complete. A.J. Jenkins again.
Now, here's why they've gone to Jenkins now 7 times. He's their best player on offense, but he's not a tailback. He's not a runner. So you got to get him the ball in his hands. The swings, the screens, the passes over the middle of the field. You got to get the ball into the most explosive player you have on your team. That's why they continue to go to him.
Another punt forced here by the Michigan defense. Justin Duvernois to punt. Jeremy Gallen at his own 25. A shank off the side of the foot. That's going to go out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it down. It'll be marked out at the 41-yard line. A 13-yard punt by the freshman Justin Duvernois. They got a first down, did Illinois, but they trail Michigan 14-0 here in the second. Michigan leads 14-0 over Illinois, and Justin Duvernois having to punt into the wind. Maybe he was thinking about it too much.
Yeah, as a former punter, I understand this. You're trying to drive the football hard and low, and you forget about your mechanics. You begin to think about it, like a golfer thinking about a swing. When you're a punter, you have to keep your routines down, and those flags gust at 30 or more, so you can understand why he was thinking about the wind.
Good field position once again here for Michigan, with the wind at their backs. Martavius Odoms in motion. Fitz Toussaint in the backfield. First down. The handoff is to Toussaint. And Toussaint gets back to the line of scrimmage.
I like that. Michael Buchanan, 99, getting in there, having a little action. Coaches say that he's got a lot of ability. They would like to see him play with his knees bent a little bit more. Look bent, whatever it was that time, keep doing that. Squat, bend, whatever, go make a play.
6'6", 240. They say he's getting better with every game.
6'6", so in other words, you got a long ways to squat to 6'6", right?
See, me, I don't have a long way to go.
You always play with leverage.
2nd down and 10. Play action. The pass is complete to Kevin Koger, the tight end, for 2 yards.
I like Vic Canning there, coming with pressure off the corner there, off the side. So this defense, a good defense. Remind you again, statistically, number 2 in the Big Ten. And they're being challenged to max today. But 3rd and long for Michigan is not a good number. Even though they complete 50% or convert 50%, 3rd and 8's a different number.
Robinson looking to pass. And it's hauled in. Junior Hemingway goes up to grab it, brings it down. 15-yard completion. They convert again on third down.
This is moving the pocket, trying to give some opportunity for Denard Robinson to get outside. Watch his footwork, how he gets his feet around. That's a nice job. That's Al Borges working with him, really working on getting him around. And then Hemingway getting lost in the traffic, going to the outside, turning ball, being on time right where it's supposed to be.
They say he's great at jumping, great hands. He showed everything right there. Robinson under center. Play action again. Pump fake. Robinson taking a chance down the sideline to his tight end, Koger. Koger being dragged down as he'll be marked down at around the 3-yard line.
So Illinois is trying to get in there, and they're trying to put pressure on Denard Robinson, whether it's a run and or a pass. And it's a nice job of Kevin Koger kind of getting lost. He was in motion. And if you're not going to get to Denard Robinson and you're going to have the single coverage on the outside, that's a big mismatch there. 6'4", going against someone who's 5'10". That's a win for the offense.
39-yard completion, first and goal from the 3. Toussaint gets hit right away in the backfield by number 45, Jonathan Brown.
Again, first and goal from the 3-yard line. This is that area they did score the last time, and they scored with Denard Robinson running the football. Illinois has to be strong from the inside out. They have got to make sure that the quarterback draw that hurt them the last time on the situation, that they stay strong inside with their linebackers. David Molt, that center, critical on the blocking down here.
Second and goal from the 5, a loss of 2 on that last play. Robinson has both touchdowns in the game. Handoff to Toussaint. Toussaint's going to lose more yards. Jonathan Brown again. The leading tackler on this Illinois defense.
17 tackles against Ohio State. He knows how to find the football, and they're playing on their toes right now. That's a great way. That's what you have to do. You have to assume the run's coming, and if Denard Robinson can beat you with his arm, then that's, you know what, tip your hat to him.
They had first and goal from the 3. Now it's third and goal from the 8.
Junior Hemingway on the slot to the left side.
Robinson drops back to pass. He has a lane to run if he wants. Robinson dives towards the pylon. And it's a touchdown. The question is, did he step out while he was trying to make that dive?
Yeah, ruling on the field is that it's a touchdown, yes, but it will be reviewed without question and see if we can get it out. He's out there before the ball crosses. That was a tough one there. Field judge got boloed.
The previous ruling of touchdown is under further review.
But this is a nice job of Denard Robinson trying to sneak around the old chicken coop. Couldn't quite get there. Nice job with the camera work there, blowing it up so that replay can see that clearly. By the way, we met the replay official who was responsible for the Wisconsin-Michigan State overturn. He's had a few pressure calls on him this season. He made the call. He reversed the decision, called it a touchdown for Michigan State.
What do you think of that play, that Hail Mary? Did you think it was a touchdown?
I thought it was a touchdown.
Yeah.
The ball went across. Absolutely. Good, right call. I don't think Brett Bielema likes it or agrees with it.
Our referee today is John O'Neill.
Yeah, that's nice right there. That's clear. Yeah, we're told now they're in the replay booth. They're working on the location of the ball, where the spot will be. And I think that's, where was the ball when the foot went out of bounds?
After further review, the runner stepped out of bounds before he broke the plane to the goal line with the ball. Ball replaced at the 1-yard line. 4th down.
So now you're faced with 4th and goal from the 1. And they're going to go for it. Leading 14-0.
Yeah, I don't think Brady Hoke wants to have to answer questions about why he couldn't get the ball in on 1st and goal again. I think he's wanting to find a way to go to 6 on this thing.
What do you do? Is it Robinson? Is it Tucson? Who do you go with?
I go with Tucson. Everybody's going to be focused on Robinson. So you've got to understand your offensive line's done a nice job so far in this game. Empty set here. He becomes the tailback now. It'll be the run by Denard Robinson.
Robinson, a low snap, and Robinson gets hit back at the 4. Michael Buchanan, and Illinois answers defensively.
Well, Denard Robinson, he's not a big guy, not big enough to be the tailback, and they decided that they were going to try to put it in his hands. I'd give the ball to Fitz Toussaint. It's easy to second-guess Brady Hoke, but at the end of the day, the low snap took the timing away from the play. Offense didn't have it there, and the offensive line couldn't make the blocks.
ESPN's College Football on ABC. Brought to you by Nissan, proud partner of the Heisman Trophy, and AT&T. Get it faster with 4G. Rethink possible.
The great Grantland Rice wrote of Illinois' legendary Red Grange. A streak of fire, a breath of flame, eluding all who reach and clutch. A gray ghost thrown into the game that rival hands may never touch. A rubber-bounding, blasting soul whose destination is the goal.
Whew, what a great nickname. Great nickname.
1st and 10 from the 5 for Illinois. After the defense stepped up, Jason Ford loses the ball as he goes down. Michigan recovers. Jordan Kovacs knocked it loose. Thomas Gordon with the recovery.
This Michigan defense has forced multiple turnovers in 7 of the last 9 games, 20 total. They're number 2 in the Big Ten. They put a hat on the football. As a ball carrier, you have to know. It looked like Ford tried to cover it up. He just wasn't there. Nice job by Jordan Kovacs of coming in, putting some helmet to the leather.
Just when you think Illinois may have some momentum after that stop on 4th and goal from the 1, they get a good run by Ford, but then he fumbles. So it's another red zone opportunity here for Michigan. Michael Shaw in the backfield.
Yeah, I think this is a good timeout, Justin, because Ron Zook knows the sudden change. He's got to collect your marbles. Let's get it together. Be composed here.
The first timeout of this game taken here by Illinois. 14-0. Michigan taken over with great field position.
Happy ended.
14-0. Michigan takes over. Illinois called the timeout. Ron Zook challenged whether the ruling on the play was a fumble. And Craig, the replay officials took about 3 seconds and said, yes, it was.
Yeah, I agree with the timeout, as I mentioned before the break, because you get a chance to have your defense gain their composure on the sudden change. I don't challenge the call.
First and 10 from the 13. Robinson gets back to the line of scrimmage.
This is a game that has really put pressure on Illinois' defense because Michigan has 3 possessions that started inside Illinois' 44-yard line. Illinois hadn't crossed the 44 yet.
But this Illinois defense has done a great job this year following a turnover. However, this turnover is deep in their own territory.
Michigan still trying to figure out how to be successful down inside this red zone, getting close to it.
2nd down and 10. It's Michael Shaw. Shaw back at the 20, looking for some room, and he goes down. Ian Thomas. A loss of 8 on the play.
And this is a nice job of the defense putting a safety net against the ball carriers. Look at the discipline on the inside. There's no overlapping of orange jerseys. The breaking down and then coming up and finally making the play on the outside there. Sonny, which was good to see him back on the field.
Shupo Sonny, he's back. We saw Steve Hull back on the sidelines. 3rd and 18. Play clock down to 3. Robinson hit as he releases, and it's intercepted. Tavon Wilson.
Sonny now has made a couple of really nice, good plays in a row, as have his teammates. Whitney Merciless, the country's leading sacker, getting in there. This defense has stood up and has a backbone. You talk about the safety net, you look at the come, very strong on the inside. Tavon Wilson making a big play. You know, now Illinois' offense, they got to somehow wake up over there. They need a big play. Where's A.J. Jenkins? Get the ball to number 8.
Store and purchase specially marked Illini feeder products. A portion of the proceeds goes to support fighting Illini athletics.
14-0, Michigan leading Illinois. But Illinois, after they committed a turnover, the defense comes up huge and they get a turnover.
Well, it's the Illini offensive woes that have been the story of this game. And when you talk about first downs, they have 1. They haven't crossed midfield. 4 drives, 42 yards, 6 rushes, 7 yards, 1.2 average. I mean, that's kind of a storyline for you.
And now for today's Aflac trivia question. Here it is. How many Big Ten stadiums were named to honor those who served our country? Do you have any guess at what you think it is?
Well, they were built back in an era where that was the appropriate thing to do. Not that it isn't now, but now stadiums aren't being built.
Or they have naming rights and they sell those naming rights.
Yeah. No. 50%? Going to the middle.
You just saw Denard Robinson, now Whitney Merciless, who delivered the hit that forced the fumble and the interception, really, by Tavon Wilson.
Illinois takes over 1st and 10 at its own 32-yard line.
Shieldhouse. Guess who he's looking for? A.J. Jenkins. There on the coverage was Blake Countess, a true freshman. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary.
And you know, when you look at the drives, the 5, 20, 23 yards, 14, 20-yard line, and not able to really get anything going consistently, it's they're fortunate that they're only down 14-0.
2nd down and 10. Shieldhouse has attempted 9 passes, 8 of them to A.J. Jenkins. Here's attempt number 10. And guess who isn't intended for? A.J. Jenkins.
I think the umpire got in his way, Justin. And Jenkins was coming and was blinded by the umpire as he crossed and kind of just took him out off course. But that's a big play. Great execution, freeing up Jenkins. No one was on him. Just couldn't make the connection. Bad luck.
3rd and 10 coming up. Ball on their own 32-yard line. Hoping to not have another 3 and out. Empty backfield here for Shieldhouse. Pressured, forced out of the pocket, and he goes down. Kenny Demmons with the sack.
This is a nice job here. Greg Madison. Watch 7 men at the line of scrimmage. 7 Wolverines are up front at the line of scrimmage, and at the snap of the ball, 3 drop out, 4 come. That confuses the Illini's offensive line. Ends up a sack.
Justin Duvernois on to punt again. Gallen at midfield. Another short punt into that wind, and that will be down at the 43-yard line of Illinois. Brady Hoke and the Wolverines leading 14-0 over Illinois here with 3:01 to go in the second quarter. It's time now to answer our Aflac trivia question, which is how many Big Ten stadiums were named to honor those who served our country? And you said 50%?
Yep.
Well, the answer is 6.
I'm not really good at math, but 6 out of 10, 60%. I'm pretty close.
That is pretty close. Illinois, Indiana, both named Memorial Stadium. Lincoln and Nebraska, also Memorial Stadium. How about Penn State, Beaver Stadium, Kinnick Stadium at Iowa, and Camp Randall in Madison, Wisconsin.
I love doing Big Ten football games because of the history. When you walk into any of those stadiums, you know that there have been some great athletes and great games for a long time played in them.
Martavius Odom's in motion on first down. Toussaint with the carry. Toussaint. He gets up to the 36-yard line. A 7-yard run for Toussaint.
Yeah, Toussaint, he just, this is a guy that says, look, give me the football. We've had a lot of negative plays now. Denard, you've had your time. Hand it off.
Look at those numbers already for Toussaint in this game. He's had 2 big runs, 65 and 25 yards. It's Toussaint again, and this time Fitz Toussaint nowhere to go as he runs into Trulon Henry.
Yeah, I get the feeling now that, for Michigan, they just don't want to make a mistake. And they want to, continue at the pace they have. Their defense is throwing a shutout. And before the half, just kind of stay the course.
A loss of 2 in that last play. They've been going in the wrong direction for the last several plays, with the exception of that one run by Toussaint. 3rd and 5 now. Robinson drops back. Completes the pass to Odoms. Odoms down the sideline. He gets across the 20 up to the 19, a 19-yard completion on 3rd and 5.
Again, Al Borges confusing Illinois' defense with the bunch set. This is all about pre-snap, getting a chance for one of your 3 to get open. The high percentage throw coming on the inside. That's Odoms, man. That's Al Borges putting them out there, giving them a chance, creating the matchup.
Denard Robinson 6 for 6 in the game. On first down, Toussaint. Again, he gets hit in the backfield, and Toussaint's going to lose 3 on the play. Jonathan Brown, another tackle for a loss. Let's go back to Robert Flores in the studio for an update.
All right, Justin, Taco Bell studio update. Number 5, Boise State is losing to TCU. Casey Paulhall has connected twice to Josh Boyce, and right now it is 20-14, point after no good. Boise State is undefeated, but after today, their remaining opponents' combined record 10-15.
Wow.
See, when you play someone who has some talent, sometimes it's a little more competitive.
A timeout here on the field. 14-0. Michigan leading Illinois. With just 2 races remaining to crown a champion, only 3 points separate Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart in the fight for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. The chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup continues with the Cobalt Tools 500 at Phoenix. Coverage begins on ESPN Sunday at 2 Eastern Time.
Qualifying completed earlier today, and those 2 guys who are competing, Edwards and Stewart, they'll start next to each other, 8th and 9th.
I didn't know you were a big NASCAR guy.
I'm not. Mark Fredrickson is, though.
Robinson just throwing the ball, and that was a dangerous pass right there by Denard Robinson. You said you don't want to make a mistake at this point. That was almost a costly mistake.
Right there. You try to do something high percentage, but Denard's got to be smart about this. You start throwing these things up and in the air like that, and Illinois' defense, as aggressive and talented as they are, They're lucky that they didn't give 6 points to Illinois.
Whitney Merciless again applying the pressure, but there was no receiver even in the vicinity right there. Those were offensive linemen.
Yeah, that's right. Because Illinois' defense was able to pull out the receiver, the back coming out of the backfield. I tell you what, this Whitney Merciless is unbelievable.
Play clock down to 1. And Denard Robinson gets the timeout just before the play clock expires.
30-second timeout. Second timeout.
Second timeout for Michigan. 1:05 to go here in the first half. Illinois this year defensively, allowing 280.1 yards per game. That is good for 6th in the nation. The numbers are good, but look at what Michigan has done against them so far.
Yeah, don't you get the feeling, though, that they've caught their breath a little bit? They were able to get traction after the start. The big run by Toussaint to start the game. And then Illinois has stiffened their back. I mean, it's the ultimate definition of a defense back against the wall, and they've kept their team in this game.
3rd and 12 coming up here for the Wolverines from the 21-yard line of Illinois.
Okay, now again, this is going to be an aggressive Illinois defense. They're going to come to the middle of the field with 8 or 9 minimum, and they're going to test to see if Denard Robinson will throw the ball and take a chance.
Robinson pressured from behind, throws the end zone, and it's incomplete. Looking for Martavius Odoms.
A lot of pressure that came backside and pushed Robinson out of the pocket. And that's an example in a case right there where the defensive coordinator and defense is saying, look, we're going to make you move and have to throw on the run under pressure, and we don't think you can get it done. Great effort.
Brendan Gibbons on for a 38-yard field goal attempt.
Wind at his back.
And that is no good. Could not draw it in. Another defensive stand by the Illini.
Getting down close to the goal line near the red zone or in the red zone has been a blessing for Illinois. And that, you know what, this is, again, Michigan, a team that has aspirations of winning 10 football games this year and a chance. I mean, it's 7-2 coming into this ball game. They've got a chance to get there, but they've got to become more complete when they get into the red zone in all phases.
Nathan Shieldhouse, empty backfield, completes the pass. John Davis, the tight end, a pickup of 7.
I like that, Justin, because it's taken the focus away from A.J. Jenkins for a moment. Open him up later on. You got to go to some other players.
A fumble on the snap. It's still loose. And it's recovered by Jason Ford. At this point, you're almost thinking, let's just take a knee and get out of here.
Yeah, this you know, just not being coordinated offensively. The snap, it's there. Very, very fortunate that this ball's not picked up and taken in for 6.
3rd and 17 coming up. Michigan has that 1 timeout remaining.
And they'll make them punt. They'll call time to make them try the punt.
It's Ford on the cutback. And the ball comes loose, picked up into the end zone. Touchdown. Courtney Avery.
Yeah, the ground can't cause a fumble. I think that they're going to go back and look at this.
Ruling on the field was the ball came out before the runner was down, recovered by Michigan for a touchdown.
Jason Ford was on the ground looking around saying, what's going on?
Yeah, from up here, it looked like he was down. The ball is still in possession. The ground cannot cause a fumble. That ball's going to be put back at that spot.
The previous ruling is under further review.
Ground cannot cause a fumble. Well, I tell you what, Jason Ford, he's back-to-back carries where the balls come loose, and there are 4 different runners on this Illini football team with at least 350 yards. May want to give someone else a chance. Even that, it's just down.
Give Courtney Avery credit, though. Never heard the whistle, never stopped playing, picked up the ball and went into the end zone.
But regardless, Brady Hoke was calling timeout. He was already running down the field to call time to force Illinois to at least attempt a punt.
And remember, if this is overturned, you have 14 seconds left, and Justin Duvernois will have to punt into this wind again.
And I think based on what we're seeing here, it should be on the 15-yard lines. Add a few seconds to the clock. I think this crowd, man, they're just kind of like, wow. It's a full house, and they're stunned. They're ecstatic about the performance of the defense.
It's 14-0.
After further review, the runner was down before the ball came out. As a result, it'll be Illinois' ball, 4th down. The clock will start on the ready for play.
It's 14-0, but it feels a lot more than that.
Yeah. Which is, look for opportunities. Ron Zook will tell his football team in the locker room, guys, we're lucky. And they understand that. 14-0. We got to come back and execute in the second half.
Jeremy Gallen is standing at the 45-yard line. Duvernois has to punt from his goal line into the wind. Is Brady Hoke asking here for some more time on the clock?
Yeah, I don't know that they made any adjustment to the time on the clock. Punting has not been a good thing in this quarter for Illinois.
Pressure coming. Duvernois gets it off. And this ball with time coming off the clock will be down at the 44-yard line. A 42-yard punt by Duvernois.
Yeah, I think for Michigan, they'll go in and they've played a good ball game defensively. Their offense started strong, really has sputtered. They'll have to figure out how they can complete some passes, because Illinois is now playing very aggressive at the point of attack, and they're gonna dare Denard Robinson to beat them through the air.
Last play of the half. Robinson will take the chance down the field, throws it up, and that will be intercepted by Tavon Wilson.
Robinson passes intercepted by number 3.
So how about Michigan? They got off to that good start. Their last 13 plays, 2 yards. At the half, our score, Michigan leading Illinois 14-0. Now let's head to the studio for the halftime report. Here's Robert Flores.
We all know right from
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium here in Champaign, Illinois. As we get set to start the third quarter, Michigan leads 14-0 over the Illini. Justin Kutcher alongside Craig James. And Craig, you look at that score and it's 14-0. It could be a lot more if you're Michigan. They've kind of kicked themselves in the foot.
Yeah, I think Brady Hoke probably told his offense in the locker room, guys, we're a top 25 football team. We've got athletes and talent. We've got a good offensive line. When we get to the red zone, we need to put this opponent away. They're trying to march towards being a 10-win football team. And they're not going to get there if they don't get better in the red zone, and they know that.
The 14-0 deficit for Illinois. This is a team that has lost 3 in a row, began the season 6-0. So on the flip side, they're going to the locker room and thinking, you know what, we're still in this ball game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they get the ball to start the second half. Brendan Gibbons kicking off into the wind. In the end zone, Troy Pollard will take a knee.
When you talk about that 14-0 score, Justin, some key plays in this ball game, Michigan's miscues. Illinois' defense has really had to step up, and then down in the red zone, it's been a series of bad snaps and plays, and Illinois' defense causing a lot of those problems for Michigan. But when Michigan's given that many opportunities down there, they got to come away with points.
Illinois offensively has not been able to do anything against this Michigan defense. Jason Ford in the backfield with Nathan Shieldhouse. Shieldhouse on the run. Completes the pass to A.J. Jenkins. A first down. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear here. This has been about Illinois and what they have not done offensively in the first half. Their total yards in the first half, 42. And that's not a good number.
Considering that Tucson had 65 on one play for Michigan. On first down, the handoff to Troy Pollard. And on back-to-back plays, the Illini pick up first downs. 11-yard run, Jordan Kovacs with the tackle.
Yeah, and I like this. The offensive line coming out, and they continued to stay on their blockers here. This was a slow-developing play. It was a zone read, and you're going to see how long the mesh was between the quarterback and Pollard. Look how long he keeps it in his belly, and then he hands it off. So that's good blocking backside. I also like the fact that maybe they're going to give someone else other than Jason Ford, who's thinking about dropping the ball, give somebody else a chance.
Pollard averages over 8 yards per carry. Takes it again, and this time he gets drilled. Desmond Morgan. Oh.
That's a true freshman. I don't care what class you are. This is bringing it. That's taking on a blocker and then smashing the ball carrier. Man, that will be one of those that in the meeting rooms, when they're reviewing the film tomorrow as a team, they'll come out of their seats high-fiving on that.
Greg Madison said he's played very well the last couple of weeks. Big hit right there, second down and 8. Shieldhouse, the option, the toss to Pollard. And Pollard has nowhere to go. Jordan Kovacs drops him for a loss of 4.
This is multiple execution by this Michigan defense. I mean, a great job of Jake Ryan taking the quarterback out of the play, and then the secondary filling that alley that they call for the pitchbacks. Jordan Kovacs doing his job. Inside out, nowhere to go. Mike Martin's back there to make sure he can't get back to the middle of the field. It's a good defense now. Greg Madison's got him playing well.
Third and long, Jason Ford back in at tailback. Shieldhouse, he's going down. Ryan Van Bergen with the sack. A loss of 12 on the play.
The last time that Illinois was in this same situation, Michigan's defensive line, look right here, okay? That's a lot of bodies there, but watch the number who drop out and only 4 come. So there's confusion up front. They don't know where it's coming from, and it's poor blocking and execution, and the results, again, another sack.
Gallen back deep. Good punt this time by Duvernois. Taken at the 24. Gallen up across the 40, knocked down at the 42-yard line. An 18-yard return Desmond Morgan with a special teams tackle. Denard Robinson has both touchdowns in this game. He will lead his offense back out onto the field when we come back.
Football in high definition is presented by Vizio.
And now time for our Big Ten update, brought to you by Dr. Pepper 10. Looking around the Big Ten and some scores that could surprise you. How about that Purdue in overtime over Ohio State? An emotional game in Happy Valley. State College, Penn State, losing to Nebraska. Michigan State won easily over Iowa.
Tell you what, Wisconsin, we did their game last Saturday. They're a really good ball club, and they're next here for Illinois.
Denard Robinson can't handle a snap. He has to fall on it. Back at the 31-yard line.
Hey, you know what, now coming out of the locker room here, Michigan's got to get their focus on for their offense. They've got to match what the defense is doing for them, and this ball just goes right through Denard Robinson's hands. That's just one of those that you scratch your head and say, okay, look, you got to catch the ball. You got to execute the play.
Michigan's last 14 plays, -7 yards. 2nd and 19, Robinson. Robinson getting to the outside. Denard Robinson gets chased down by Pat Nixon-Yeoman. And Pat Nixon-Yeoman just saved a huge run.
Yeah, and Nixon-Yeoman did a heck of a job of not horse collaring at the end of this play on the tackle. But this is the danger of going against Denard Robinson. He gets hidden behind the blockers, and you have to come off. Now, there's great effort there, but you've got to go through and you've got to find Robinson. But he is holding on here big time for dear life. And again, trying not to have that horse collar.
11-yard run for Robinson brings up 3rd down and 8. Robinson rolling out, looking to throw. Pressured, and it's almost intercepted. It was in the hands of Trulon Henry, and he's down on the ground because he knows he's got to make that play.
And Trulon Henry is a former free safety, and he's sometimes they talk about how he tries to make too many plays. This is one of the hardest catches he'll ever. Well, he didn't make it, but he knows it's his. He's thinking 6 and setting up the blockers. But we've seen now time and again that Al Borges is rolling the pocket with Denard Robinson and bringing pressure, heavy pressure.
Will Hogrup on to punt. Ryan Langford is back. And this ball will be down at the 25-yard line for Illinois. A 31-yard point for Hogrup. Illinois trying to get something going offensively. They trail 14-0 here in the 3rd quarter.
Ford F-150 with available EcoBoost. Visit Ford.com/BigScore to learn more.
Back here in Champaign, Illinois, the Illinois offense has been non-existent. Look at these numbers. They have not had a play in Michigan territory.
A total of 40 yards.
Riley O'Toole is now in at quarterback for the Illini. Play action. His first pass complete. Eddie Valunas.
Now, you know what? They're trying to figure out some way, Ron Zook is, to get his offense moving, and the true freshman O'Toole, maybe he comes in and sparks, makes a couple of throws. But at the end of the day, before that can happen, they've got to somehow keep Michigan's defensive line out of the backfield, because they have been all over Bobby Petrino, the coordinator's offense.
Ron Zook and Paul Petrino have both talked about this is a field thing with Riley O'Toole. O'Toole again dropping back to pass, pressured, and he throws incomplete.
Speaking of pressure, Justin, I think that's an appropriate segue, and we just saw it there again. So I don't care who the quarterback is. Michigan's defense has been on them. They're very aggressive. They have basically shut down A.J. Jenkins and kept him from the big plays.
And until if any semblance of balance can come into play here, the Illini have their hands full with the Michigan defensive front.
3rd and 3. Pass towards the sideline, incomplete, looking for A.J. Jenkins.
Well, when you get to 3rd and 3, you've got to convert. And this Michigan defense coming into the day, they were only allowing 38% on conversions, which is good, but you've got to find a way. And that's just not acceptable. And it's pitch and catch, and it's lack of offense that is continuing to keep this Illini team out of the ballgame.
Duvernois on to punt again with Gallen back at his own 25. Takes a Wolverine bounce down inside the 30. Illinois has had 9 drives, 29 plays, 3.2 plays per drive. They trail 14-0.
His number one new cop.
ABC Tuesday. Want laughs? Come early at 8/7 Central for an all-new Last Man Standing, the new Tuesday comedy hit nominated for the People's Choice Award for Best New Comedy. Tim Allen is Last Man Standing, all new Tuesday, 8/7 Central on ABC. And a new quarterback in here for Michigan. It is the sophomore Devin Gardner, as you see Denard Robinson there on the sideline.
Quarterback for Michigan.
Gardner on 1st down, the handoff to Toussaint up the middle. And Toussaint with that pile keep moving up to the 38. Jonathan Brown there for the tackle.
Well, Denard Robinson has gone down hard a couple of times. Head slams on the ground right there. And then on that 3rd down, when he had rolled the pocket, as he let go of the football, he gets crushed again. And it, not a big guy. And he got up and was a little ginger going over to the sidelines. And so, if you're the Illini defense, you tighten it up even more, expecting the run.
2nd down and 1 after that 9-yard pickup. Handoff again to Toussaint. And Toussaint gets back to the line of scrimmage. Akeem Spence there for the tackle.
This Illini defense, just can't speak enough about them, how well they've done in this ball game of keeping their ball club in it.
You take away that first drive, they've been really good.
Yeah, they've been very, very good.
3rd down and 1 coming up here for Michigan.
If Denard Robinson's in the game, they take a chance of opening up that backfield, making him the tailback, but they'll probably stay eye on this.
Up the middle again with Toussaint. And depending on where forward progress is, this could be very close to that 1st down marker. Ian Thomas there for the tackle. Let's check back in with Robert Flores in the studio for an update.
All right, Justin, number 5, Boise State back on top. They get the benefit of a turnover here by Antoine Hicks of TCU. Tyrone Crawford scoops and scores, and Boise State leading 21-20. Right now, the difference, a missed point after by the Horned Frogs.
That missed point after has been big today. Ohio State and Purdue.
Well, that was the 13th Michigan rush of the day for 0 or negative.
Will Hogrup on to punt. Langford can't handle it. Loose ball. Looked like Michigan got there first.
I'll tell you what's important about this is not only the turnover, but this clock in the 3rd quarter is winding down, and this was a chance for the Illini to come out with the wind at their back, and they've done nothing with the wind at their back. I know the wind's blowing hard, and it's tough on the punt return man to do something with it, but the wind sure seems like it's affected Illinois' special teams far more today than it has Michigan's.
John McColgan makes the recovery. And once again, now great field position here for Michigan. On 1st down, handoff, Toussaint And Tucson nearly broke a tackle. Tavon Wilson.
Yeah, they've been tested today at Illinois' defense, but turnovers have been something that they've excelled at. Today, 1 turnover, no points, and you can see what they've done on the scores after turnovers through the season.
3-yard run for Tucson.
Vic Koenig's done a heck of a job coaching this defense.
2nd down and 7. Gardner rolling. Throws high, was looking for Martavius Odoms. Devin Gardner, that sophomore quarterback and Under Armour All-American a couple years ago.
You just have to, I just, you know, and I'm sure Brady Hoke's thinking about it. In a game like this, it's just lollygagging along. And all of a sudden, you're dominating an opponent, and you put it on the carpet, and it goes the other way, and it's 14-7. All of a sudden, you start feeling it, and you let the other team in the game. You have to put them away when you have the chance to do it.
3rd and 7. Gardner, pressured, throws, finds his man, Junior Hemingway. 1st down. 20-yard completion to Hemingway.
Devin Gardner's a big human being, 6'4", 205, and because of that, the defender wasn't able to bring him down on the outside for the sack. And this is a good job here, and that's Whitney Merciless, who missed the opportunity for that sack.
Merciless, a big man as well.
All right, here they are in the red zone again. You got to find a way to hit your inside receivers. You've got to do something that takes advantage of the middle of the field, where all of those bodies from that Illini defense are bunched up on the line.
The toss to Vincent Smith, who tries to cut it back, now looking to go to the outside. And Smith gets back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and goal from the 9.
And you see the aggressive play of the Illinois defense, and they have to do that, and they've been doing it. But this is why I'm saying in Al Borges' offense, in the future, he's going to want to come in and have a tight end, a more traditional, prototypical quarterback who can go in here and can find and hit the slants when they're there.
Gardner's pass too high to handle for Hemingway.
And he will find that. They'll recruit to that. I mean, Denard Robinson's fantastic at what he does.
They actually have a lefty quarterback who's a junior in high school right now, out of the state of Michigan, who is a guy to watch out for. He is already verbal to Michigan, and he is that prototypical quarterback who can throw and throw it a mile. 3rd down and goal from the 9 here for the Wolverines. And now a timeout taken by Michigan.
Their first timeout.
First timeout used here in the 2nd half for the Wolverines.
Yeah, the shoeless still going down there. Might not be in the game on the field, but he's in the game on the sidelines.
And that's always good to see. A guy like Denard Robinson, he's one of the leaders of this team. He's the face of this Michigan team right now. He may not be playing, but the fact that he's still supporting his teammates is a great thing. The ESPN networks bring you another evening of games with highly ranked teams. Tennessee at number 8, Arkansas on ESPN2 at 6. Western Kentucky at number 1, LSU at 7 on ESPNU. Number 3, Alabama takes on Mississippi State at 7:45 on ESPN. Then the big one at 8 p.m. on ABC. Oregon against number 4, Stanford. Andrew Luck and the Cardinal, their undefeated season against the Oregon Ducks. The one loss coming against LSU in the opener of the season.
Junior Hemingway, he's over here in this slot right here. See if they go to him.
3rd and goal. The quarterback draw. Gardner. The spin move, and he gets taken down at the 5. Shuposani.
Nice call. I like the call. But watch the speed of this Illini defense. They bow their neck again. Absolutely have just gritted their teeth in this football game.
Brendan Gibbons on for a 21-yard field goal attempt. He missed from 38 earlier in the game. This time he hits it, but there is a flag on the field. And it's going against Michigan.
Michigan just doesn't like to be in the red zone. It's not been a good afternoon for them.
The first flag against Michigan today.
Number 34 was going forward at the snap against the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
How often do you see that? The flag on a field goal attempt called on the kicker.
Not often. The last 3 red zone tries, though, they had it on downs, they had the fumble, missed field goal. See if they can do something on this one here.
So we go now from 21 to 20. Now it's 27-yard field goal attempt. And he is good. It's one of those when you're Brendan Gibbons, you better make it. If that penalty was against you, you've got no one else to blame.
I think he was probably thinking ahead. He just wanted to back up, give himself a better angle.
17-0 Michigan leading here over Illinois with 4:31 to go in the third quarter. The American Music Awards are live Sunday, November 20th at 8/7 Central on ABC. It's the one place to see all of your favorite artists, see performances by Katy Perry, Jennifer Lopez, Lil Wayne, Taylor Swift, and Pitbull. It's music's biggest night live. Craig, you're a big fan of Pitbull, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what you listen.
You'd be surprised. I'll show you my deal later. I've got it on the iPad. Hey, which is a great segue for me because I always like to recognize the bands. And the Marching Illini Band, which was formed just shortly after the university opened in 1868, started out as a military band. And it's kind of moved through the years, and they did a great job at halftime today. 350 participants, includes musicians, flagmen, the Illinettes, which is a dance corps, drum majors, staff members. So I always enjoy watching the bands. They do a great job at halftime, and we don't recognize them often enough.
Matt Weil kicking off. Taking it at the 11. Osei. And Osei gets up to the 25-yard line. 17-0 Michigan leading Illinois. And Craig, this Illinois offense has done virtually nothing in this game. So what do they have to do to maybe change the pace or something, get something positive?
How about take advantage of the aggressive defense that Michigan has? Maybe throw some middle screens, do some quick throws to get rid of the football, do some counters. They need a misdirection here and there. They've got to take advantage of a very aggressive Michigan defense that's swarming to the football.
We'll see what happens. They bring back Nathan Shieldhouse at quarterback. Sat out the last drive. Shieldhouse, flag comes flying in as he takes it up to the 39-yard line. But this one's coming back.
Holding, offense, number 76. 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Graham Posick, the center.
Yeah, he's just shaking his head. But aggressive frontline play will force an offensive lineman when he's beaten into holding. Right side of the screen, left side of the screen, excuse me.
Now 1st and 20. Something this offense can't afford to have happen. Back it up 10 more yards after they had a big game. Shieldhouse. Very similar, gets a block as he gets out of bounds. Good block by John Davis, freeing him up for a couple more yards. 8-yard run by Shieldhouse.
Yeah, I like that. And I also like the fact that Shieldhouse is starting to move and run and has some success. That's going to put the pressure on those linebackers to come off of coverage and to defend against the quarterback run.
2nd down and 12. We talked about Shieldhouse being that dual threat quarterback. He leads his team in rushing, coming in with 501 yards. And off to Ford. And Ford moves that pile up to the 27-yard line.
You saw the chess match there taking place. Michigan's defense, 2nd and 12, so they backed out, and it looks like there's 6 guys on the inside. So Shieldhouse calls a run. And right before the snap, the timing of Greg Madison's defense, that NFL experience of working on timing snaps, brings one more guy into the box, and they stuff the run.
The Illini looking for their first 3rd down conversion of the game.
And again, watch now, Justin, the defensive line. Remember, this is what they've been doing all game. 4 will come, and 3 or 4 will back out.
3rd and 7. Shieldhouse running up the middle. And Shieldhouse, depending on the spot, looks like very close to that first down. And it is a first down. Their first 3rd down conversion of the night.
And you'll watch and you'll see the defensive line and linebackers that bail out of there. They are going back to defend the first down marker. But Shieldhouse just willed his way into that first down.
Back to pass again. Shieldhouse taking the chance down the field. And it is incomplete, looking for Jenkins. J.T. Floyd on the coverage. Jenkins in the crowd here at Memorial Stadium looking for a flag.
Yeah, this is not chipping away. You don't throw the ball when there's that big of a cushion on the left side. Look at the cushion at the start. It's not like it's bump and run. And they're playing plenty soft enough to defend the deep ball. And I think all night J.T. Floyd has done this. He's been back, and I know there's some arm work going by both defender and receiver. But, again, you've got a first down. Have success on first down. Pick up 4 or 5 yards. Get some rhythm going.
Michigan's defense playing against Jenkins soft. Illini, they wanted him to be uptight against him, and the pass is completed to Spencer Harris. Another first down. A 14-yard completion to Harris, his first catch of the game.
Every time that they have a positive play, it's going to put a little question mark in the head of that Michigan defense that's been 100% playing downhill today.
Donovan Young in at tailback. Shieldhouse again looking for Jenkins. And Jenkins able to pull it in. Adjusts his body. 29-yard completion, and now it's the first time in this game that Illinois is in Michigan territory.
Yeah, I think this is right here. You see the foot fire at the line of scrimmage, and then it's the back shoulder throw. I'm not so certain that wasn't probably a call at the line of scrimmage.
Did he have possession, though, as he went down?
This play was a catch. That ruling is under further review.
Well, it has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn it. No. That ball,
definitely not. You can see the ball is loose right there.
Yep.
It was a 29-yard pass play.
Well, they're going to have to throw the football because this Michigan defense, they allowed 73 rush yards against Minnesota, and today they are well underneath 0. They're in the negative territory here. J.T. Floyd in this secondary at Michigan playing very good football. And this just, I remember we did this game here 2 years ago, and Illinois had a big victory over Michigan. And in that ball game and in that era, and really even in Rich Rod's last year, it was a young, inexperienced secondary. Michigan's defense was not playing well. The offense was playing extremely well. Brady Hoke came in here, brought in Greg Madison, and it has made all the difference in the world.
The pass was incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10, 49-yard line.
Well, that right there negates what appeared to be the first time that Illinois had crossed midfield.
They will have the ball now at their own 49-yard line, 2nd down and 10. They're looking for that big play. They said they would need big plays in order to win this game.
And you know what? They're getting the matchup up top. JT Floyd, he's one-on-one. Nobody's in the middle of the field. They just can't make it happen. Jenkins is not beating Floyd.
And this is by far and away the best drive of the game for Illinois. 2nd and 10, Shieldhouse pass, and that's incomplete. Again looking for Jenkins, and now a flag comes in very late.
Pass interference. Defense, number 25. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the ID was on this, but the ISO that we have, he did hit just before the ball got there. Just called the wrong number. That was a good call, though.
So first down. Now, once again, they are officially in Michigan territory. Shieldhouse. John Davis. And Davis, another first down. 11 yards. Desmond Morgan brings him down.
Justin, the offensive line of Illinois picked up this Michigan defense that backs out of there and allowed the play to develop, and it was a high percentage throw underneath.
On the handoff, Jason Ford. Kenny Demmons with the tackle.
I know they're trying to keep a little balance into this thing here, but it's all about the passing game in my book right now. They're gonna have to throw the ball to open up the run.
2nd and 10. Coming up on 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. 17-0. Michigan leading Illinois. Shieldhouse facing pressure over the middle, and it's dropped as two players from Illinois collide. Spencer Harris and John Davis ran into each other. Harris had it before running into his teammate.
Yeah, that's not the way that thing is drawn up. But again, at least there's some time to let the ball go and be thrown. And if his partner's not there, this is a completion. First time that, of course, just when you decide not to go that direction, Jenkins is open.
First time we've seen him all night. Hold up that hand, saying, I got it.
Hey, Justin, from up here, you and I are perfect.
3rd and 10. 10th play of the drive coming up. Empty backfield. Ryan Langford. Langford to the outside. And Langford gets shoved out of bounds, picks up another first down. 18-yard completion to Langford.
Remember, I told you a while ago they need to run some screens to take advantage of that. You see the success there. You've got a very aggressive Michigan defense running hard to the original point of attack. That's a high percentage throw that, again, success throwing the ball. Keep throwing the football.
Remember, this quarter they're going with the wind. Keeper by Shieldhouse. Shieldhouse to the end zone. Touchdown. Yard touchdown run by Nathan Shieldhouse. Derek Dimke on for the extra point. After all those passing plays, finally the quarterback can use his legs.
Use the pass to set up the run, and then Shieldhouse does a really nice job of selling the fake right in here. Watch as he holds the ball inside. You get the collapse, which allows him to get around to the outside. Eyes went to the ball. Linebacker Frank Clark, or defensive end Frank Clark, fell inside. No one on the outside. That's a nice job of Shieldhouse selling the inside handoff.
about that? 75 yards on that drive. The entire game prior to that, they had 47 total yards. But also remember this. Nathan Shieldhouse, he was pulled in the previous drive. They went with the freshman Riley O'Toole and then how did he respond with that touchdown scoring drive?
Yeah, they needed to do that with that wind at their back to put a little wind in their football team. And finally, Michigan's defense shows some sort of being real, normal.
Shaking the armor.
Yeah. Pass to set up the run.
Derek Dimke will kick off with a wind at his back.
My friend John Saunders sent me a deal. You said I didn't know Pitbull a while ago. John Saunders sent me a text that says, you don't know Pitbull from Sitting Bull. You're full of bull. Saunders, my man. I know Pitbull.
So what do you say? It's not really on the iPad? Now that's disappointing. And that will sail out of the end zone. It'll be Michigan ball from the 20. Now let's take a look at this week's BCS standings brought to you by Discover Card. Of course, the big story this week was after Alabama had lost to LSU, they still were placed in front of Stanford.
Interesting to see how Boise State moves if they hang on to win. You know, how this difficult game against TCU, not the same TCU team that we've seen in the past.
Devin Gardner still in that quarterback here for Michigan. Fitz Toussaint in the backfield. Handoff is to Toussaint. And Toussaint picks up a couple of yards. Akeem Spence there for the tackle.
I think we got a good quarter coming up here now.
The last time these teams played last year was 67-65 in triple overtime. I don't think we're going to hit that number, but we could have a very good fourth quarter.
It's nice to see the Illini at least score points.
17-7 at the end of 3. We move to the fourth quarter. It is 17-7, Michigan leading Illinois. You see Devin Gardner in at quarterback for Michigan. Denard Robinson is on the sideline right now. Second down and 8. It's kept by Gardner. Flag on the play.
Personal foul. Chop block. Offense number 33. After distance from the previous spot. Repeat, second down.
That's against Stephen Hopkins. And for those of you just joining us, you see Denard Robinson there. You look at a couple of plays that he had back-to-back.
Yeah, this one here was the slamming of the helmet to the ground. The very next play, rolling right on third down, took a pretty good shot. That was his last play. And then just before the last commercial break we had on the sidelines trying to warm up and throw, looks like he's gingerly holding his hand.
So the sophomore Devin Gardner is in at quarterback.
Right now, Illinois' defense is making it hard on Michigan because they're not breaking down in their assignments. Just like that last play, great safety support, filling the lane, keeping the ball carrier from turning the corner.
On 2nd and 19, handoff to Toussaint. And Toussaint gets up to the 20, a pickup of 9. Tavon Wilson with the tackle.
I think at this point here, you have to be mindful at Michigan that Illinois' defense is playing very well. You don't want to make a mistake down here. And Devin Gardner coming into this ball game was 9 of 17. So he's not
got a lot of times stepping up in that pocket, making plays, and he does have one interception out of those 17 throws.
3rd and 10 coming up. Vincent Smith now in the backfield for the Wolverines. Gardner escapes the initial pressure, and he's able to spin forward to the 24-yard line. But a good job once again by this Illini defense forcing the punt.
Numbers of Illini helmets getting to the quarterback. Much like Denard Robinson, Gardner's hard to find. He can move, so you know this is a game here. Illinois' defense continues to give their offense a chance.
Will Hogrup to punt. Terry Hawthorne is back at his 35 for Illinois. Hawthorne takes it to 32. Reverses field, gets a block. And Hawthorne takes it out to the 38, a 7-yard return after a 44-yard punt. Thomas Gordon with the tackle. Nathan Shieldhouse in this Illini offense came alive in the 3rd quarter with 8 first downs. They had 1 in the first half. 4th quarter, let's see what they can do here. Illinois trails by 10, but Craig, the last drive, they finally got something going.
Well, and remember, they had a holding call on first down. It was 1st and 20. They overcame that. It was 6 runs, 6 passes. It opened up Michigan's defense, and it was Shieldhouse with his legs and the great discipline on the play fake there. And so now it comes down to this. You know, can Shieldhouse and Jenkins get it done? Remember what the coaching staff told Shieldhouse. If we are going to win, you're going to have to outperform Denard Robinson.
Best starting field position since the opening drive for the Illini. Shieldhouse back to pass. And that is incomplete. Was looking for A.J. Jenkins. A.J. Jenkins came into this game averaging 114 yards per game. Good for 8th in the country.
And they've paid a lot of respect and attention over there. This ball here, because of the cushion, has to be pitch and catch.
Tonight, just 47 yards, been thrown to 14 times. 2nd and 10. Flag comes in. Both lines pointing at each other. You jumped. No, you jumped.
Defense. Offside. Number 68. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That's against Mike Martin. 2nd team All Big Ten last year.
Brady Hoke, a former defensive line coach. The D-line coach is a D-line coach. Greg Madison's the D coordinators, former defensive line coach. So that unit will get a lot of attention in film rooms.
The handoff is to Jason Ford. And Ford gets out to the 46-yard line, pickup of 3. Jabril Black with the tackle.
Yeah, and that's a nice call and a positive gain here, because this is a real manageable situation here. And I'm not so certain that at this point in the ball game, with a little momentum on their side, that Illinois is not thinking about keeping it in their possession.
On 3rd and 2, Shieldhouse keeps it on the zone read. Gets the first down. Up to the 46 of Michigan.
Yeah, that last drive, Illinois was 5 of 5 on 3rd down. They continue to beat here because of the 3rd and short and manageable. This is an outstanding call. A lot of that aggressiveness going to the point of attack on this football. Start doing the counters, misdirections. Don't give up on the screens.
Troy Pollard now in at tailback. Handoff to Pollard. And Pollard picks up a couple yards up to the 44-yard line. Mike Martin there for the stop.
Yeah, Greg Madison, he's been in the business a long time and knows how to read and see what offenses are doing. He understands that 3rd down conversion percentage. That's why it's so important for him on 1st down to have success.
2nd down and 8 here for Illinois. They were not in Michigan's territory the entire first half. They've been in the last 2 drives. Shieldhouse. This pass complete to John Davis. And Davis up to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 4.
And I was going to say that he's also now, Greg Madison, having to defend Shieldhouse's legs. We've seen now back-to-back times where Shieldhouse has faked it to the ball carrier on the inside and run around the edge.
3rd and 4. Illinois trying to convert on 3rd down again. Shieldhouse, the pass is picked off. Down the sideline goes Floyd. 42-yard return by J.T. Floyd.
This is defending the line of scrimmage, what the next play will be for a first down, right? So J.T. Floyd is squatted over there on that line of scrimmage, and as soon as the ball comes out, he breaks on it, and J.T. Floyd has played one heck of a game. And you know, at some point, you got to go to somebody else in the passing game. It can't always be to A.J. Jenkins.
At the Illinois 22-yard line.
Another turnover now. Great field position here for Michigan. Gardner, the handoff to Toussaint. And Toussaint gets hit in the backfield, wrapped up by Terry Hawthorne.
So Illini defense just won't give up, will they? They won't go home.
A loss of 5 on the play. We talked about it earlier in the show. This Illini defense, after a turnover, they step up even more. 2nd and 15 coming up here for Michigan.
The athleticism of Gardner's feet, I like that, versus him throwing the ball and giving Illinois a chance at a pick.
They fake the toss. The pass is incomplete, looking for Junior Hemingway. 3rd and 15. You can see Illinois is almost daring Michigan and Gardner to throw the ball.
Yeah, but the discipline and the containment of Illinois' defense, so impressive. And if their offense will look back, their team will look back and say, man, we could have, if they end up losing this ball game. Imagine if they'd had any kind of offense in the first half.
3rd and 15 from the 27-yard line of Illinois. Gardner steps up over the middle, complete. Odoms, touchdown. A 27-yard touchdown pass to Martavius Odoms. You dare him, he steps up and makes the play.
Don't dare Devin. This was all about the offensive line. Illinois decides to rush 3, dropped 8. Gardner wisely pushed the pocket, opened up his receiver, and threw the ball.
They take advantage of the turnover. Brendan Gibbons on for the extra point. (24-7).
I think this is how you avoid getting down in the red zone and stumbling. Score outside of the red zone. Big play.
Michigan answers, takes advantage of a turnover. Up now 24-7.
ESPN's College Football on ABC. Brought to you by K Jewelers, the #1 jewelry store in America. Every kiss begins with K. Lexus, it's time to engineer amazing. And Ally Bank, no nonsense, just people sense.
A couple of famous Illini alums. George Halas, Dick Butkus, both went on to the Chicago Bears, became legends in the NFL. Michigan, ranked number 24 in the nation, leading Illinois with 9:58 to go, 24-7. Matt Weil will kick off here for the Wolverines. Troy Pollard and Miles Osei back deep. in the end zone. Jose says you're staying right there. Let's take a look at tonight's Good Hands Play of the Game, brought to you by Allstate.
Yeah, I think this really comes back to being where the great read on the outside by J.T. Floyd, squatting on the first down marker, and then the patience of Devin Gardner pushing the pocket, which means you're stepping up in, putting pressure on the secondary to come off of coverage, and it opened up the receiver, and that was nice execution.
Points off turnovers. Nathan Shieldhouse in at quarterback, under center with Jason Ford in the backfield. Play action, Shieldhouse. Shieldhouse now going to run with it. And Shieldhouse brings it up to the 29-yard line. A 9-yard run. Ryan Van Bergen with the tackle.
So there's a lot of pressure on Ron Zook and this football team after starting 6-0 with such high expectations. I drank the Kool-Aid with my AP vote. I put them in the top 25. Then they lost 3 weeks in a row, 8 turnovers in that span of losses. And they've showed up again here tonight with an opportunity at home, really hopeful of getting back on track, and they haven't done it.
2nd down and 1. Shieldhouse gets rid of it to Jenkins, and Jenkins has the first down across the 40 up to the 41-yard line. You look at what these teams have been through this year. They were both 6-0 on October 9th.
And Michigan's football team, I think I'm very impressed with the way they performed under a first-year coach.
Shieldhouse on the keeper. Up to the 44, picks up 3. Kenny Demmons with a tackle.
And which this win, if they hang on, would certainly allow them to have a shot at their goal. They want to win 10 football games.
Brady Hoke in his first year done a great job with this team. Defensively, such a difference from last year to this year.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Oh,
night and day.
2nd down and 7. Shieldhouse to his running back Troy Pollard out of the backfield, just shy of midfield. J.T. Floyd there on the tackle, a 6-yard completion.
But you know, when you talk about Greg Madison and what he's done for this defense and how he has them lined up, we did the Gator Bowl last season, and Mississippi State just pummeled Michigan and made them look horrible. And they weren't lined up properly. Now, at least this football team, Madison has them lining up right, having confidence at the snap to go play aggressive.
On 3rd and 1, the handoff to Ford, trying to get that second effort. And looking at the spot, he's going to be just shy of that first down. So it's going to be coming up 4th and inches or so. As Will Campbell made the stop, and you have to go for it now.
Yeah, you're going for it here. And how about this Michigan defensive line? Will Heininger and Mike Martin, we know they play well. Craig Rowe, Ryan Van Bergen. And they have showed up today, and they've been playing. Nathan Brink's in there now.
It's Ford again, and this time he gets that push up and gets the first down.
Number 21, Jason Ford, rushes from Illinois. First down.
Interesting to see what the future holds for Denard Robinson. Hopefully, it looks like, based on him over there trying to get back in the game, that his hand or whatever's ailing him is going to be okay.
In his absence, Devin Gardner stepped up for that touchdown pass in the last drive. Shieldhouse finds Young out of the backfield. And there with the tackle is J.T. Floyd, who's really having a good game.
Yeah, one more time. Let's see if we can blow it up for you here. And hand going forward.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hits that helmet. Absolutely. Great job, truck. As in the production truck.
Yes. Shieldhouse overthrows his intended receiver, A.J. Jenkins. Justin Kutcher alongside Craig James here. Mike Patrick under the weather. Mike, get well soon. This crew, everybody in the truck, they miss you.
Mike Patrick, man, he's at home taking a night off. I get that text on Thursday. I was going to the
Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech game. Mike's in the hospital. He's sick, and we're glad to hear that he's doing better. And, we miss you, Mike, and hope you're doing good. Yeah, he is home now. He's out of the hospital now, so he is at home resting well.
3rd down and 9 coming up here for the Illini. Shieldhouse gets a nice block. Throws towards the sideline, completes it to Jenkins. And there is a player down for Illinois, Jeff Allen. A 12-yard completion of Jenkins for the first down, the 7th catch of the game for Jenkins.
Illinois' offensive line has gradually figured out how to handle Michigan's defensive front when they put those 7 or 8 on the line and drop 3 and bring 4. And they've done a nice job of making the adjustment here in the second half.
Shieldhouse. Pass. It is incomplete, intended for Spencer Harris. No, they're going to say he caught it.
Yeah, I tell you, it's yes and it's no out there. They had mixed signals from the officials, but I thought Harris did a heck of a job. Yeah, he caught that football.
Okay, so now they are saying incomplete.
Okay, now yeah, it sure looks like that Harris used his body to shield the defender from coming through and making the play on it, and kept his arm underneath the ball that it did not hit the ground.
Well, Harris says, I caught it, and this play will be reviewed.
Ruling on the previous play was incomplete pass. That ruling is under further review.
Yeah, it looks like it has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn it. And there's another shot from behind. This might be it, where you can see the arm going underneath.
Yeah, I never see that ball come free.
Although, you know, and you and I were talking about this, our last several we've been wrong on, but it just... Oh, that's a nice job. That gives them a clear shot, and there's flesh underneath that football. That's a catch.
So you're saying it's a catch?
I'm saying it's a catch.
What's your rate this year?
Well, lately it's been bad. Well, it's been consistent at least. They're getting the right shots and the pictures to make a decision. This Illinois offensive line, they really struggled early on in the passing game. Any game, run game, pass game, but the pass game in particular. I like what Michigan was doing on 3rd and long, showing 7, and you don't know who was going to peel out of there, and there were a few sacks that resulted in that.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass.
You're staying consistent.
Absolutely. I'm right. He's wrong.
It would have been 1st and 10 at the 22. Instead, the ball is at the 36-yard line, and it's 2nd down and 10. 5:56 to go here in the 4th quarter.
See how they line up on 2nd, 3rd and long and bail out.
Shieldhouse on the run, throws back across the field, and that is incomplete. Once again was looking for A.J. Jenkins.
Very dangerous pass, obviously, throwing back across. You can understand why J.T. Floyd cramping up there. He's played a well of a ball game defending against A.J. Jenkins. Yeah, just trying to go back in here to see if he can make the play, but Jenkins, you know, it's just not one of his nights here. He's a heck of a player. Normally would come up and make plays like that.
With just 2 races remaining to crown a champion, only 3 points separate Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart in the fight for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. The chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup continues with the Cobalt Tools 500 at Phoenix. Coverage begins on ESPN Sunday at 2 Eastern. There you see Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart duking it out. Look at that. 3 points behind. Are you serious?
Tony Stewart and Edwards last week had a nice race in Texas. Stewart said he felt, I think he was kind of being pretty bold all week, wasn't he? Yeah. He was saying, watch out, I'm coming.
JT Floyd just now getting off the field. 3rd and 10 here for Illinois. Shieldhouse, that pocket collapsing on him. Back at the 50, gets taken down all the way back at the 48-yard line, a loss of 16. Ryan Van Bergen and Mike Martin combined for the sack.
You know what? When you have 4 motors that run as fast as Mike Martin, if you're not getting rid of the football, there's going to be a sack. And Nathan Shieldhouse had nowhere to go. That's good defensive line pressure.
Shieldhouse has been sacked 3 times in this game for a loss of 42 yards. Now he's facing 4th and 26. Shieldhouse stepping up. The pass is complete to A.J. Jenkins.
You know, this is what drives coaches crazy and fans crazy. I mean, he is right on the line when he lets that thing go.
Wow.
Yeah, that black line, he's right on it. They're going to review that.
The ruling on the field is a catch. That ruling is under further review.
That catch was good for 32 yards. But from the naked eye, that's what I was thinking. Was he over that line? And you get a good look with this black line.
Yeah, it's, you know, is the ball still in his hand when he crosses that line? Good. He's okay. He's okay. I'm not even going to try to make a call on it. I don't think there's indisputable video evidence to overturn that one.
Further review. The ruling on the field is confirmed. Catch.
Great awareness by Shieldhouse. And he found his main target, Jenkins.
Yeah,
so they convert on 4th and 26.
Yeah, that was a good job. I don't think the whole body was past that black line there, and a nice throw. But that's the kind of frustrating thing that you watch, and you see a throw like that and a catch like that, and you're like, man.
Jenkins back over 100 yards receiving. 20 of 32 pass attempts towards Jenkins. Shieldhouse underneath. Finds John Davis.
Got to have some tempo here. Get to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball. Got to go quick with the score and onside.
5-yard completion, 2nd down and 5. Shieldhouse keeps it. Shieldhouse picks up the 1st down at the 4-yard line, sets up 1st and goal.
Get to the line of scrimmage while they're moving the chains. It's really been effective, Shieldhouse, with the fake and then the quarterback run.
Handoff to Ford. Ford tries to reach for the goal line down at the 1. A pickup of 3, 2nd and goal from the 1.
That'll cost them at least 20 seconds. Needed to score there.
Shieldhouse trying to sneak it in. And the whistle is finally blown. And it will be 3rd and goal coming up.
Yeah, they're going to bring the big package in. Short yardage goal line.
Player down on the field here for Michigan. 24-7. Michigan leads Illinois. Let's check back in with Robert Flores for an update.
right, Justin, AT&T All-American Player of the Week update, and Oklahoma State quarterback Brandon Wheaton certainly a worthy candidate. 5 touchdowns for the Cowboys against the Texas Tech Red Raiders, 423 yards. To take part, you can text VOTE to 55862. Oklahoma State will take on Iowa State Friday on ESPN. Then after a week off, it's Oklahoma in the game they call Bedlam.
Craig, where do you have Brandon Wheaton as a Heisman finalist?
Well, I have right now at the top of the chart Andrew Luck. At number 2, I've got Trent Richardson. And then at number 3, there are a whole lot of different folks who are in there. He's in that consideration for a bunch of the 3-hole. I don't have anyone on deck yet.
So you're saying it's a 2-horse race right now. Ryan Van Bergen getting up, that's a good sign. And we talk about Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is in action tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time as the Oregon Ducks take on his Stanford Cardinal. And that's the biggest game of the year for Stanford, maybe the biggest game of the career for Andrew Luck.
It won't impact him. Cool, composed, he'll perform.
3rd and goal. Ford gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Jason Ford from the 1-yard line.
Yeah, this was a nice job here of Illinois' offensive penetration where the hole was supposed to be. Illinois feeling good about themselves. I mean, this is an offense. In first half, they were non-existent.
Derek Dimke on for the extra point is good. 18 plays, 80 yards, 6 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock. That's the one negative from that drive for the Illini. They now trail by 10 with 3:12 to go.
The American Musical.
Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary here between Michigan and Illinois. The 2 quarterbacks for Michigan, Denard Robinson, Devin Gardner. Robinson started this game, 2 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, he did. They started out really strong, and it gave the defense some confidence to play extremely hard. Later in the ball game, Denard Robinson's hand hits the helmet. He's out. Devin Gardner comes in, and just when the Illini had a little bit of momentum, Gardner hits him with a touchdown pass to basically put the game almost out of reach.
3:12 to go. Derek Dimke on the kickoff. And the onside kick. A flag comes out. And it's recovered by Roy Roundtree for Michigan.
Offside. Kicking team, number 26. 5 yards to be added to the end of the kick. 1st and 10, Michigan.
Yep, everybody gets aggressive and a little antsy on those, and hard to hold your water going across there before the ball's kicked.
And as soon as you saw the flag come out, it's kind of like, doesn't matter who recovers.
Of course, when that melee's going on down there, they don't know that
exactly.
yet, do they?
But like you said, from up here, it's great. A 10-point lead here for Michigan. Gardner under center. Toussaint up the middle. And Toussaint has the first down. Up to the 27-yard line, picks up 13 on that carry. And Craig, let's talk about Fitz Toussaint, because we said they want a featured back. They want a guy to carry 20, 25 times. And we came in talking about Denard Robinson and what he can do as a running quarterback. But Toussaint's been the story for the rushing game.
Yeah, he has been from the very get-go of this ball game. But they've got to transfer that into the red zone. I mean, for Michigan, that's what it's all about right now. They're really solid on defense, and Brady Hoke and Al Borges, the offensive coordinator, they'll go to work trying to find a way to integrate both Toussaint and Robinson's ability down in the red zone.
Tucson again, flag on the play. He cuts it back. Tucson to the end zone. Touchdown. 27 yards, but let's see what this flag is for.
Offside, defense, number 99, lined up in the neutral zone. The penalties decline. Touchdown.
You said it before, they struggled with their red zone offense, so don't get in the red zone.
Just an observation, Justin. Sometimes you can't see the forest because of the trees. Just don't get in there.
27-yard touchdown run for Tucson. He's got 192 yards on 27 carries. Career highs in both categories.
Yeah, but this Illini defense played really good today.
Brendan Gibbons for the extra point. 31-14.
Well, I tell you what, let's show a little stop and start action here. Tucson, he's almost to 200 yards, but he's not tired. And that's stopping and starting on a dime. We used to call that leave your jock on the playground there. Somebody lost one.
Looking at the standings in the Big Ten, if you look at the Legends division, Michigan State with a big victory today. Michigan right now looking like they're going to move to 4-2. Nebraska knocked off Penn State in an emotional game in State College. But how about that Ohio State-Purdue matchup? Ohio State had their extra point blocked. That would have given them the lead. They then lose in overtime.
Yeah, I think, the Ohio State loss means that Wisconsin controls its destiny. They just need to beat Illinois next week, then Penn State. They're in the Big 12 in the Big 10 championship game. And Wisconsin's at home against Penn State.
Matt Weil, the kickoff deep into the end zone. It'll be Illinois ball at the 20, but let's get an update from Robert Flores in that TCU-Boise State game.
Yeah, what a finish it's shaping up to be, Justin. All right, TCU first gets the touchdown when Casey Paul Hall finds Brandon Carter. You see the score, Horned Frogs down 7. Instead of going for the point after, they go for 2, and it works. Paul Hall to Josh Boyce, got it. TCU leading 36-35, under a minute to go at Boise.
Unbelievable game. Nathan Shieldhouse, he gets wrapped up and sacked by Ryan Van Bergen. All right, so TCU, Boise State. Last year it was Boise State against Nevada. And now it's TCU trying to play that role of spoiler.
Well, and what happens here if Boise State falls out, the other unbeaten now out of that non-AQ is the University of Houston. And if Case Keenum keeps the beat going and gets them there, they might get in the conversation of having a chance to be in the BCS.
Shieldhouse lost that ball, incomplete, was looking for Spencer Harris.
But Kellen Moore with a minute to go in a football game on the blue carpet, he will get them down. TCU will have to make a play because Moore's going to take him down the field.
He did it last year against Nevada. They had the chance. 3rd and 18 coming up here for Illinois.
That's why you got to just, let the season play out. Games take place.
Shieldhouse scrambling, and he gets hit. Courtney Avery steps up, makes the play.
Yeah, you know what? Michigan's defense each week builds on the confidence they had from the previous week. Tonight, 5 sacks. This football team came in with 17 sacks, and they took advantage. I think they smelled an opportunity because in the 3-game skid, Illinois had given up 8 sacks. So they went full tilt and got to the quarterback. Ooh, nice punt.
Big punt. Duvernois all the way down to the 35-yard line, a 52-yard punt that's into the wind. Now this Michigan team, You think about what they've done since 2008. They get off to good starts, but it's how they finish. And that's what I think some of the Wolverines fans were wondering about right now. Getting off to a 6-0 start, how would they finish? That's why this game was so important.
Yeah, and I think they've answered that. This is a different Michigan football team. Brady Hoke, Greg Madison, Al Borges, this coaching staff, they have a football team who believes in themselves. And they're disappointed they didn't beat Iowa. You know, and so, yeah, there's a lot of confidence for Michigan and a heck of a job by Brady Hoke.
Devin Gardner can take a knee. Michigan lost last week at Iowa, 24-16. They lost to Michigan State, 28-14. On the road, they're able to beat Northwestern, despite only having 179 yards on the ground, 42-24. But today it was important to establish that run game, and they established it early with Fitz Toussaint.
Yeah, Ron Zook's got his work cut out for him coming up this week to get his Illini back on their feet. But I would say this, and I think we agree on this, the Illini defense played a very good game today, and they allowed their team to stay in it as long as they did.
With the victory, Michigan will move to 8-2 on the season, 4-2 in Big Ten play. Illinois falls to 6-4, 2-4 in Big Ten play. And those 4 losses have come in succession for Illinois.
Justin, enjoyed working with you, man.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Come back and see us again.
Anytime. My pleasure. And thank you to everybody for the hospitality. It's a lot of fun. Michigan defeats Illinois 31-14. Tune in tonight for Saturday Night Football, presented by Southwest Airlines on ABC at 8 Eastern. The big matchup, number 7 Oregon at number 4 Stanford. Denard Robinson got this team off to a good start with 2 rushing touchdowns. His defense came up huge. And then his backup, Gardner, iced it. For Craig James and our entire crew, I am Justin Kutcher saying so long from Champaign, Illinois.